What's up? This is HDNEWS Tech here. So I'm here finally a week after the having the teeth worked on, and my AC apparently went out. So I'm currently cooling down. My sister was cooling down with a fan last night. I was in my room with the window open, and while you're sitting here seeing the windows open and hearing them because the AC completely went out yesterday morning around 3:30 in the morning. So there's currently no AC in this house, and it's going to have to be worked on. And I'm going to have to deal without air conditioning for a while. I had to put on a new shirt, and yeah, it's just how it is. It was fixed a couple years ago. It was really hot in here a couple years back in the summer, I think, of 2018, and a little over 2 years, and then it's broken again. So more spending money and having a guy come letter to actually look at the AC unit because it was a small little unit, and unfortunately it went out, and I gotta deal with it and try to stay cool. So it's not turning on because it's broken. So yeah, the day that started Sunday, something really odd to happen, but it did. But I've been trying to, been working. I haven't been able to upload for a while because I'm to work, and then I had to recover from the teeth work they did to my mouth, and I'm still having to eat soft, and it's a little different than usual than normal. But it's only two teeth, luckily, that need to be removed, and one cracked, another cracked, and it's just they had to come out. So it's going good, speaking like I was. So I'm just waiting for that. I had to fill my other medicine this morning, so I got the timer on. I had to reset it. So yeah, very hot yesterday. Got home, smoking hot house. So having to eat, certain like potatoes or something to cool down, try to get my body temperature down, and by midnight or so, the heat went down in the house. So it's starting to get warm enough here where it's gonna be painful eventually without air conditioning. But there's fans running. That fan runs all the time above me, so because it's just not enough airflow, and you name it, and gotta pick a lot of plants. I haven't done that, but I'm in so much pain, and apparently I gotta get checked out again, but hopefully it's all right. And it's not been good this year for arthritis. Apparently the medicine didn't treat the back problem, the leg problem. Apparently it's permanent now. So I haven't had any trouble with bleeding for a long time, so it's nothing. But I was not looking good last Tuesday, and just how it was. Having teeth pulled, you're gonna be like that, swelling up in your nose and everything, and still a little bit swollen here, but that's most likely the salt I had. And I'm trying to cut back a little bit while trying to, save the soft foods, so I don't have a recurrence of what I had earlier, so I can heal up. And I didn't really want to brush them because I don't want to have a clot, like that blood clot, to dissolve, and then suddenly I got massive bleed, and it's like, no, wait it off, let it heal. Then I go back to whatever I'm doing with my teeth, working on them, keeping them good every day. And mouthwash at the moment is definitely a no. Brushing, kind of no, because those things are still in there. You put one of those stitches, it's not the regular type, so don't worry, it'll come out in a couple of weeks. But I had to have stitches on this side and this side to keep that gum line from bleeding. They weren't in good shape. The teeth were cracked at one point, and it just had to be worked on. And I gotta get them filled and get someone who can actually, who did me in the past, see my insurance will cover her to get the IV mark so I can get these teeth worked on and get back to my regular life. Like, yeah, it's been like been more than 6 years without having a dentist appointment to work on my teeth, and they never needed to be worked on. There are at least 2 days of having needles in my, of course they gotta put the needle in there and numb you up and all that, but me going through that, I don't want to go through that again, so I'm gonna definitely be brushing my teeth because I don't want to go through that again, where they numbed the thing, I was like, oh, gun pulling, the needle going up straight in my mouth, like, yeah, for the numbing, like, yeah, it still hurt, but, oh, God. So, yeah, it's what I gotta go through, unfortunately, after all these years of not being able to get someone to work on, and finally they're, the ones that were removed that were having the trouble. One was just this year, and that one was perfectly fine until I ate that tablet and it cracked. It's like, okay, not safe anymore, so that will probably be permanent. They will probably not have that tooth there. So I don't know, I'll see. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like below. I know I lost a lot of YouTubers, subscribers, I mean, quite a bit, like maybe like 4 or 5. But you know, when you're on a limited schedule and you can't do everything, even if I'm off, the family is here. I don't want to get my dad, who's the kind of person that you don't want to talk about things over the camera. He'll like completely freak out. That's what my parents is like, and I don't want that to be involved in the video production of my videos. And that's the whole reason why I don't record when they're here. When they're gone and doing their things, I can do it when I'm off. But since I had to recover and then get better, it took a slow time working so much and then working these god-awful shifts. That's, you know, as I look at it, shit, like each person's shift's different, but not the best shifts at work. But you know, I was tired. I got home. It's like, it's hot. I had to pay for the land. I was like, Anna, you're supposed to help me pay for it. So that $20 went towards that. I still got plenty. I had, right now, toilet paper, believe it or not, this morning. Luckily I had enough of something to get by. So, tissue paper, you know, long didn't know. It's like, whatever. Bought a good amount for 12 of them or more, so hopefully it'll last another $10, $12 extra, but you know, it's worth it. And I honestly thought my insurance would cover the full cost of the medicine, but it's still $4 for the 30-day supply. That means my insurance really didn't take it as you know, covering a certain amount. Like after a certain amount you spend, it covers. I know it could take a while. It could take a couple weeks for them to go through all this and get the factor, but another couple of that, so that will go up. So there's only one dose I think they gave me, and then that took care of the week. Luckily, they had a machine where they could literally see my veins with a red laser, and they could just see it with wirelessly. It was not plugged into anything. You could actually see my veins on my arms, and could easily stick me and get the factor going in there quickly. Which takes the longest part is mixing the factor and then getting it into one syringe and slowly injecting into the person who is deficient in it, who actually doesn't make it by myself. I don't make it by myself. I had to have it infused every time I have a, didn't work now, apparently, because the nose spray would be the most effective and a painless way to do it. And it would have worked with my liver, but since the body can't tolerate it anymore, like it developed a severe reaction to it, I probably going to have to go to the factor now, which is more costly, but it's more effective. And it's a big dose like that will go a while for, you know, to work. Anything with cavities will work a while for the doses they prescribed to me. I think that dose they gave me was like 4,000 units, so it's like, you know, how many dollars a unit, you know, like $2 or $3 a unit. And then, you know, by the thousands, by the how many units I had or you had as a person. So that's been all my life, mixing the factor, getting it into a syringe from one side to the other, frozen. It's frozen dried in vials, so two different vials. It's a white powder, and then they take the water from the top part, that's sterile, and we just inject it into the bottom part of the medicine, so where it gets in that vial, and then we can mix it, and then slowly over like 5-10 minutes and mix it, not shaking it, and then syringing it all out and then put it in IV. And it's a long progress to do, and it's not the funnest, but it's how I'm going to have to do the rest of my life with this disease. Unless they can find a cure that's cheap enough that a lot of insurance companies will cover, I'm stuck doing this method. I have a factor injected like that. It's not cheap, and it's got to be refrigerated 24/7 until it expires. And then one day, it's like good for 2 years, and after that, it's bad. It's not effective on treating bleeding. And yeah, why it's so expensive? Because they purify it in these huge labs, and it goes through like 7, 8 steps to make sure that there's no viruses, there's no bacteria or nothing. It's just basically clear, clean medicine that is genetically engineered. And over trials, it's been over 15 years with this Advate, what I take, what I've been taking for the last few years. It's probably close to 20 years now for being entrusted for hemophilia A type, basically. And it works pretty good, but it's really costly, but it's worth it. Same eye, for sure. I would have been blind if I didn't take that medicine, I think a year ago or more, and it's made a big difference over my life. Extending my lifespan where it could have been 13 years of age to now like up to 70 or 80 years of age or more. If the body is healthy and all that, and there's not a lot of bleeds, like it can treat bleeds. If there one to occur, we can treat it. So thanks for watching. See ya.